It's Pipes Drums, and we are really pleased to have Helen Urquhart with us. Helen is the head of events for the National Piping Center, and she's also a key person in the Balvenie Medal nominations process, which takes place every year at the Glenfiddich Solo Piping Championship. So, Helen, thanks a lot for taking the time to meet with us.
Thank you for having me. It's really exciting to chat about this project.
Yeah, it's a lot of changes
Mm.
have happened over the last couple of years since the National Piping Center took over the Balvenie Medal. But why don't we just start, tell us what the medal is all about.
So the Balvenie Medal is for people who have made an exceptional contribution to piping. They don't have to have competed at the highest levels and won a lot of the prizes. We just want nominations for people that have made an exceptional contribution. So whether that's developing piping, being secretaries, or starting up junior bands, working behind the scenes, as well as those people that have taught across many years. And so lots of different facets of piping, but it's about that exceptional contribution.
And, it's been going, the medal itself has been awarded well, almost since the early days of the earliest days of the competition. But, over the years, what kind of people do you think are the ideal sort of recipients of the Balvenie Medal?
Uh, It's a really amazing project because there are so many different recipients. So I think this year is going to be the 41st awarding. So it started in 1985, and the Duke of Atholl was the first recipient, and that was for his contribution to the development of the Glenfiddich Piping Championship. And he lent the Atholl Highlanders, who still are the stewards for the event every year, and that sort of contribution. People like Rose Fletcher have been awarded, Rona Lightfoot, Malcolm McRae, and then internationally, out with Scotland, I guess Malcolm technically international, but so we had Christian Bacudo from Brazil, Jacques Pinsay from Brittany, and people that maybe you wouldn't immediately think of, but it's such a wide variety of people that have been awarded, and it is all about the contribution and the exceptional passion that they have, the way they have promoted the music and study and art form across their entire lives, and really bringing that essence of what it is to support the music and the art form.
Nice, yeah. And a couple of years ago, the National Piping Center took over the management, along sharing with, I think, the William Grant Foundation of the Glenfiddich Solo Championships, and along with it, the Balvenie Medal. So, what steps have you taken over the last couple of years to formalize the process of the nomination?
So what we've done is we have opened it up and made it a sort of entry window so that people can see what sort of criteria it is that the Balvenie Medal is judged against, and given that kind of window for people to make their submissions, then that way they can have a read, properly understand what it is that makes a great nomination letter, and then how they can make sure that that is reflected in what they're submitting. And from that, so this year they close on the 31st of March, and then after that we will appoint a small committee of people. So that will be people from the Piping Centre, the William Grant Foundation, and then a couple of external invited judges who we kind of wait to see who the nominees are so that we know that it's somebody, people that are going to be impartial and looking at across all of the nominations. So we kind of wait until after the nomination window is closed before identifying who might be best to join. And then they will meet and go through a rigorous process of looking at kind of, I think it's 7 different criteria, and how each nomination relates to those criteria, and kind of whittle it down to the one recipient for the year. Last year we had 11 nominations, which for the first year we'd run it as an open process was a really amazing result. We really weren't sure how many nominations we were going to get. So 11 was amazing. And we've had a really good response so far, and we've still got another month or so to go. So I think we'll end up with another bumper year of amazing nominations.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It's there are a lot of people out there who might be deserved recipients of it, or at least in the to be considered for it. So okay, that sounds great. So what do people do to actually nominate somebody if they have someone in mind?
So it's a fairly simple process. We've got so seven key criteria, and what we would just need is a letter or a kind of short essay style, including all of the details as to why they think that this person is worthy of the nomination. So kind of key dates and times and students and contribution moments and that sort of really good detail. The more they can align the letter to the criteria that we've set out will really kind of highlight the case as to why their nominee should be the recipient in the end. So I think it's kind of yeah, 2, 3 page letter. It doesn't have to be huge. Could be bullet points, could be written out in paragraphs, however, they think best reflects their nominee. But I think just making sure that it's full as possible, so that the committee have as much information about their nominee as possible, so that we can make the choice across all of the worthy nominees.
Excellent. So, well, that's great information. It's good to see that things are being formalized. Good to see this great tradition, which has gone on for, I guess, by our count, 40 years of the Balvenie Medal being awarded, continuing. And I'd like to thank you for just filling us in on lots of information about the process of the Balvenie Medal and great success in this year's campaign.
Thank you very much.
That's Helen Urquhart. She's head of events for the National Piping Center, talking about the Balvenie Medal and the process for nominating deserving pipers and drummers, maybe, for their contributions to the art. Stay tuned for more from Pipes Drums.